Psycho Mantis.
Metal Gear crap.
What were we talking about? Outlast.
Indeed.
Do you like Outlast, Josh?
Not really.
I gotta bust out of here.
The demon will win, and then it'll just go like. You're like, oh no. If you have a helmet, wheels, elbow pads, or knee pads, you fucking pussy, I will fuck you up. I watched the first episode of Fallout. I really enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
They're doing
This is Pod Talk. Start us off.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Low Poly Podcast, episode 14.
16?
16.
Ooh, we've done too many of these
we
now.
have done. And
Well, when
think
do we
the public
quit?
agree. When do we quit? I want
Do we get a year in and see what
I want to get
happens?
to 52, and if we're not successful, I will cut contact with the pair of yous and never speak to you again.
If we don't have 10,000 Patreons by episode 52,
so we've got
I'm going to seppuku live on camera.
Oh yeah, and we've got 36 episodes, so yeah, let's
Let the
go.
money roll.
Yeah. Get subscribing.
Hello, everyone. You
This
okay?
is a video game about podcasts where we talk about stuff. We mostly ramble a little bit, and then when Calvin starts to nod off like this, and when I hear the gentle bang of him going, that's when I know it's time to talk about the topic.
Exactly,
So, what
yeah.
last week we were talking about.
Very, very quickly.
Yeah.
So, most keen-eye listeners will notice as they're watching the podcast is that we don't have our wide camera anymore.
Oh, no.
So, Calvin's got his iPhone that we're. Hello, everyone. So, just one of the cameras broke. And
Is
so
that
now we can only have close-up shots.
Damn, that's not even a Pro, Calvin. Did you know professionals actually use the Pro because the quality is that good? Allegedly, no.
Oh, no, I don't give a fuck.
No, they don't. But yeah,
Could one of you give us a big clap for a sync?
Oh, smart.
1, 2. Should we do a polyrhythm?
Yeah. Podcast. Should we do a music theory podcast?
That was like a perfect circle song. No, because I don't know anything about music theory. Modes still confuse and scare me.
I've got a master's in music and I've forgotten it all.
Yeah, good.
It's all gone.
You're supposed to forget everything you do as a degree. Anyway, enough tangent.
Yeah, so if you didn't watch the last episode 15, go and watch that first because we had so much crack talking about scary games that we ran out of the things that we ran out of time,
didn't we?
Yeah, so we wanted to just continue our conversation from last week.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched that, go watch that. And while you're at it, give us money. Go to Patreon and watch the exclusive episodes. People who pay get extra episodes each week.
Yeah.
What's that like, Josh?
It's great for me. I mean, I keep getting told that people are subscribed to our Patreon and that I will see money soon. So I'm just hoping any day now. Any day now I'll get some money from this. No, I slap Calvin in the chest for every new Patreon we get, and he's agreed to that. So we've got that going. But yeah, like you say, I think we were just talking about what makes it bad, how shit Amnesia the Dark Descent is.
Yeah.
And then we got onto some good horror games and we went, wait a minute.
Horror games are pretty good.
We can stretch this out for another episode. We don't need to think of another topic to talk about. We'll just do that. So today, I think because Dylan is so experienced with scary games, he can talk about his, and because I'm a bit of a shithouse, I can talk about less scary games with scary bits in them because it's all about the atmosphere, isn't it, Dylan?
Indeed.
So I don't know.
Last time we talked about Silent Hill, you talked about Subnautica.
Yes.
I talked about, and then we talked about Amnesia, and I think that's all we got.
Yeah.
A bit of Visage as well in there. And that was our length and breadth of our horror game discussion.
Yeah. So we thought there's slightly more horror games out there that we should do.
Exactly.
And I had like a list anyway. And once again, we heard the gentle thunk of Calvin's head hitting the desk.
Let's call it quits.
Yeah, let's just go next week. We'll be fine.
But
So,
as I was saying last week, a lot of where when I was streaming, my most fun streams were all horror game ones.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of recalling back to a lot of that. I am going to start streaming again.
Any day now.
Any day now.
You know what? We'll get him back in. Maybe another Nuzlocke run of
hell yeah.
Diamond and Pearl. That'll bring the funnels back.
That's why I wanted to start streaming. I wanted to be a Pokemon streamer.
You wanted to be Peach Owl.
I want Just slightly less autistic.
Yeah, he is.
So slightly.
It's crazy. He's like German, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sorry, this is really boring. There's a guy who does Pokemon. This is even worse now I'm explaining it. There's a guy who does challenge runs of Pokemon where people deliberately make it harder, and he sounds autistic and American, but he's actually just autistic and German. So that's a cool story.
See, and I love watching Pokemon videos.
Do you know what I think?
Pokemon videos are sick,
you know what I
man.
think the true horror is having to watch you play another Pokemon game on stream. And lose at the second gym.
See, this is it. I couldn't be Pokemon challenges because he does really hard, specific runs.
And you can't even beat the base game.
I can't even get halfway through a run. I've never finished a Nuzlocke.
You know, I get like old man reflexes, but when it's a turn-based game for children, that's I never knew that applied to anyone before I met you.
It is quite distracting because
Actually, there's a reason.
Because when you're on stream and you're very conscious about the talking and you're like, oh, I'm fighting 2 Abras. This is fine. I'll just press A. And before you know it, half your team's dead because you weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
So you can't be entertaining and smart at the same time, Josh.
Yeah, for sure. You're living proof of that. Exactly. Like, you would have thought the fact there's no time limit and you have like 4 options total would have never mind, whatever.
You did a couple of streams once.
I did.
Back in the day.
I did. Just to see if I enjoyed him. I just copied you. I did enjoy him, but I couldn't be asked really.
It's a lot of effort. See, I wasn't doing anything creative in my life when I started streaming, so that was a good right, I'll learn how to video edit. It'll give me something to do.
Yeah.
And I ended up loving it.
Yeah.
But you have to put in stupid hours or have a podcast and build an audience that way.
There we go.
See the plan?
The shortcut.
Hell yeah.
When I streamed Ultra Kill, and I saw something this morning just before we jump into our games. Calvin, I can see you nodding. I promise we will get into this. Ultra Kill is a game about being a really stylish robot and shooting things and,
Indeed.
and all
it was
that
in
kind
your
of thing.
3x3?
Yeah, I love it. But they've released a new weapon, which is called the Sword-On Shotgun, where it is like a chainsaw, but it's like it's like the cartoon boxing gloves where it's like and it goes like that. Like the Joker uses it to bash Batman or something like that. It's basically that on the end of a shotgun, and it turns out it goes out and comes back, but if you punch it as it comes back, then it detaches and just flies around and just like hits everything. So you've got like a rocket. Yeah.
So like a Metal Gear Solid rocket punch.
Yeah, rocket the punch. That one. But anyway, get into horror games. I want to let you start because I've got some out of pocket ones.
Ooh, yeah. So I want to talk about a big one, and the reason that we're talking about streaming is because I streamed this and fucking loved it. Very famous, another YouTuber scary game that I refused to play in my day-to-day life because it was too scary, and then I had to do it for content. Easy.
That's how I find it so easy to talk to you and Calvin, really.
Yeah,
like
content.
in my real life, I would never do that.
He leaves this building immediately and we don't see him until next week.
I come in, Calvin goes, hello, how are you? And I go, don't fucking look at me. Give me a fucking coffee.
Don't look at the talent.
I swear to God, Calvin, if that camera's broken again, it will be your hide.
I'm talking about Outlast, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch my Outlast stream at the time?
I don't, because I'll tell you for why.
Why?
Because I think Outlast fucking sucks.
Outlast is fire, lad.
No, it's so like...
I didn't like the second one, but I definitely see why it works as a content game. And that's and there's actually a big trend of these, all born from Amnesia and PewDiePie, that have just spawned all of Amnesia games.
Yeah.
I actually watched a funny video on Amnesia like this morning as I was looking it up. It just popped up on me. You know how I was talking last week where it does all these like little sound effect things that make you think it's scarier than it actually is.
Yeah.
You know the insanity feature in Amnesia?
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
I know.
I did not know that.
Well,
it did, literally, like we were saying this last week, Calvin is like, if you stare at the monsters, you'll go insane and more shit will happen.
It just doesn't
do anything.
That's smart though. I like that. I like the what's it called? Is it Eternal Darkness on the GameCube?
Yes.
Sanity's Requiem.
Indeed.
Good game, emulated game. Got quite bored, but it was a good game.
I played that at the time as a little
did
lad.
You? That's cool. Which god did you go with?
I can't remember.
Ulioth, I think was my one.
I can't.
Just
It's been 20 years.
Yeah. But it's a great game, Calvin, because it does the haunted house. It kind of subtly fucks with you. Like the one that I always remember is there's like a bust of a fella, probably the guy who owns the house. And as you slowly go more insane, you kind of notice little things like the bust will just be like following you around like that. It
that sounds awful.
It turns the volume down on your TV. As well.
That effect was probably not applicable to you on your monitor because it does it in the CRT.
Yeah,
because it came out in 2001. So or you go to save your game.
Yeah,
and then it goes deleting save file.
It deletes your save file,
and it pretends to delete your save file for like 2 minutes.
That's fun. Why don't you have that in games now?
I think
there's a few like that now.
They do.
Undertale
is like a good example of that. But I think the thing is, Calvin, is that you can't really do it too much because once you figure it out, it's not like it's not scary. But the problem I think is like lots of horror games need a lot of hype in them, and so once you know the trick, it becomes a lot less scary. But I think that's that's the advantage of games, isn't it? Really, is that like they can make you think you're insane.
There's a fourth dimension. There's a fourth wall that you can break, but you can't really do in any other mediums.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you were watching a horror film, like actually, you know, Calvin, the final horror film jump scare in like a found footage movie or something, where the thing will always run at the camera, or it's like a demon movie, and the ending it'll just be like the demon will win, and then it'll just go like. You're like, oh no, it knows it's in a movie.
You're pretty good with demon.
I do have a disconcerting smile.
Oh no.
Get me on the red face paint. Yeah, I think I do like that side of games, but talk to me about why you like Outlast, because for me it's just Amnesia but newer.
I can see that.
And grosser.
I do like its grossness.
Yeah.
So I really like being in stressful situations until I don't.
Yeah.
I like going like, this is pretty cool. And then go, I'm too uncomfortable. I tried playing that game years ago.
Yeah.
And there's this bit where you go down into like the basement and you have to like restore the power.
Yes.
To like open up a door. And it's like in this like sort of flooded little generator room. And there's just 3 psychotic lads. Okay, let me explain Outlast to Calvin just so he knows, and to the audience.
Oh wait, no, this doesn't mean I can't hear you.
I'm still talking in the room. You gotta just take your headphones off.
Continue. Yeah.
So
why have I got my eyes closed? No,
it's a game where you play a journalist. And you get sent.
What's this called?
Outlast.
Gotcha.
So it's a horror game that came out, I think, I'm going to say 2015, around that sort of time.
Yeah.
You get an email being like, see this asylum up the road? Mount Massive.
Is that what it's called?
It's also my nickname. Mount Massive Asylum. I think I could be wrong here, but it's there's some fucked up shit going on. Someone needs to know. Come spot it out. It'll be empty this night. So you drive up in your little car and you got a little camcorder and you bust in and go, right, but I'm a good journalist.
But you're too small for Mount Massive. And so that's just me being a shithouse. It's basically they're conducting spooky experiments and it basically just turns out into, well, like gross out horror. A lot of it is there's a lot of not good body horror because it's like, you know how in like 2004, they thought, oh, people getting tortured is really cool. And it's not the fact that it's like arbitrary or something. It's like hostile where it's like, oh, isn't it gross when a woman gets her face melted and everyone goes, yeah. But the best body horror is like when it's not explainable or you can't do anything to stop it kind of thing. So Outlast is just a bunch of freaks going, and you go, oh, I'm really scared.
It is good. It's like a scary house. It's like like a haunted house attraction.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a great term for it.
It's
we should start using
house,
like, scary house. Yeah.
Scary house. Scary house game, obviously. Yeah.
Scary house. I really enjoyed it myself. Josh, go fuck yourself. But the whole premise is that you have to record what you've got, and you can run out of batteries and stuff. And
I'm very familiar with running out of batteries and cameras. Yes,
indeed, yes.
That is scary.
And in life, yeah. It's like, did you ever play Dead Rising?
Yes.
Yeah, so you know how you can get different points for like exciting, erotic, that kind of thing. Outlast has the same thing where if you see a fella get split in half, you take a photo and the guy goes, fantastic.
Stylish.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's not actually that. No, it would actually be fun.
That would be well better.
That would be actually fun. But it is literally just the people going, and you go, ah! And then it goes, and then you just restart the checkpoint and you're like, oh well, this isn't scary. And then it goes on for like another 6 hours.
Well, because that the point you made, I think, about, or one of you made, I can't remember, about how
we're amalgamating Josh.
Yeah, we are becoming
one of you said something.
That is the lamest, by far the lamest thing that's
I
ever
really
happened.
wish we had camera one.
I know. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, the point about horror games being like, if you die too much in them, it just destroys the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not
it's
supposed
like-
to die loads in these things because then you learn that none of it's real.
Outlast, there's a couple of bits like that are
Yeah.
frustrating, which I do understand. But I like the atmosphere of Outlast, and
would-
I like the Resident Evil style laboratory that you end up in.
Yeah.
And I think it's short enough that I was like, yeah.
It just about gets away with it.
The DLC, the Whistleblower DLC,
Whistleblower, yeah.
was probably the best and scariest bit because it only has one antagonist and he's like the most fucked up of all of them.
See the priest? Is he the
No.
one who tries to cut you in half?
No,
And you see a little
Oh,
penis?
yes, that's the DLC
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah. So there's a big fella who oinks like a pig.
Oh, do you remember Manhunt? Do you remember Pigsy from Manhunt?
I have Manhunt on my list.
We'll talk about that.
So
That
we
shit
can,
me up
we
when I was
can
a-
talk about Manhunt, so don't worry.
I need to pause.
Yeah.
Jacob's calling me.
Yeah, cool.
I feel like we should pause and I should answer that.
No problem.
That's okay.
I don't know why I'm shitting on Outlast so much. You know,
Oh, this is good.
Calvin, do you shit a little when you sneeze now?
I have to really clench.
Calvin. All right. Anyway,
Okay, we're back. Sorry, hello. We had to do a quick little pause there, and in that pause, we accidentally recorded half the Patreon.
We learned some things. That
We
were
learned
best
some
left
information.
unlearned. But if you're really curious, much like Cosmic Horror itself, if you're curious for knowledge which will not make your life better,
Please don't. My plea: don't join the Patreon. I don't want you to know.
And that is the biggest advert for Patreon you could ever hear.
I don't want anyone else to know about
We had
this.
we had to do some timey-wimey stuff, but now we're finishing this. What were we talking about? Outlast.
indeed,
Do you like Outlast, Josh?
not really.
We were talking. I think I was talking about Amnesia and Outlast caused this fucking wave of internet scary games where you couldn't do anything. And I think we're in a bit of a fucking hellscape with that. Where I feel like every game on Steam is like, ooh, you're in the back rooms and you have to go over there. And you can't do anything.
Have you seen Granny?
Yes,
I love Granny.
Is that where it's got the worst granny asset known to man?
Yeah. It's hilarious. It's one of the Calvin. If you just Google Granny horror game, I think it's satire because it's so bad, but I'm not actually sure. To be honest,
Have you played it?
no. God no. I'm
See,
not playing.
that's also the fucking thing with modern horror is that Five Nights at Freddy's. I was very curious over it because yeah, look at her.
Looks a bit like mine, aren't it? The minute just zonked out on oral morphine,
Fucking hell.
chasing me around the hospital.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
So Granny chases you around a house. You have to find pieces of puzzle games. So it's like a combination of shit Outlast and Amnesia, and also shit Slender Man collect the pieces puzzle games.
Like because these types of games are scary for that like first like ooh, but as soon as you look at what the granny looks like, it loses all fear. Do you remember when Slenderman first came out?
Yeah.
I again couldn't fucking play it. It was fucking.
It was never scary.
It was dog shit, but it scared the life out of me. Like
I don't like it. I think at some point, like especially when I know the scare is just like a loud noise, I just go. And then I'm like, oh no, it's a white man with no face. He doesn't want me to read his diary. I don't really want to read it either. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I think those kind of games, they're obviously for its time. You know, great content. Power to all those people who made a ton of money off children.
Yeah, but see that's what it is all now. I feel like half the horror games that are on Steam or on the internet are only vessels for content. Like, and it's because I was trying to look up some Five Nights at Freddy's stats because obviously that is one of the biggest IPs on the planet and game. Which. How the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did this animatronic horror JPEG game become the biggest video game?
It's crazy.
How did that get a movie before fucking Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, that's a great point. I think Five Nights at Freddy's probably made more money than Resident Evil.
What?
And is therefore a bigger franchise than Silent Hill.
Because obviously it was one dude, Scott Cawthon. something, I can't remember his name. Fucking
Carson.
and Cawthorn, whatever. Don't give a fuck. But there's one dude, and he made I think he used to make Bible, Christian Bible games.
Yeah, Calvin's just having real trouble with the cameras. He's just flipping between them all, as if this episode wasn't fucking horrible enough to edit. Once again,
Wonderful.
The true horror.
Editing
He's
this
trying to
podcast.
organize around Calvin.
But I was trying to look up sales stats, and I couldn't fucking really find any.
No.
It's obviously because there's one dude, there's probably a lot of missing information. And I got rough sales figures for some of the recent ones, but everyone was like, yeah, games 1 to 6 made this much money.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as much as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was in the billions. But for how big that
billions?
yeah. Calvin, can you look up
Do we need to?
FNAF
I believe you.
revenue?
I believe you.
Yeah, but for the audience, flick my balls.
Okay, right.
No, not the movie, but the game. It should come up there. But I thought it would be more considering how big the IP is. And
Yeah.
the fact that... No.
No,
Okay,
this isn't
cool.
what.
8 point? Was that
For
must
the first one.
for the
I
first
can't
one?
be bothered fucking reading it.
Anyway, yeah, but I feel like not as many people are buying these games as they are just watching it on YouTube.
That's a really, really good point for sure. That is a really, really good point because I know there's probably a lot of games I've watched and gone, yeah, good enough for me. I don't need to do anything like that.
I actually have the opposite reaction. So for a couple of years, I was really into Game Grumps. They were the only real Let's Play people I was lick my balls. You're into cringe YouTube yourself too.
No, I'm not.
But I really like them lads. But if they were playing the game I like the look of, I'd maybe watch 1 or 2 episodes and go, nope, I'm gonna save that. When they started playing Shadow of the Colossus, and I think literally 2016, I went, this looks sick. I'm gonna wait till I play it, and didn't watch it for years. And then when I finally played Shadow of the Colossus, I went back and really enjoyed watching that Let's Play.
Cost Ego Raptor so much money.
Yeah.
I miss when he was good. That's all I'll say. Back when he was making Flash cartoons on Newgrounds in 2008.
Yeah. I really like that's.
Did he do Crab Battle?
What the fuck's Crab Battle?
Crab Battle. We'll talk about it in another episode. He did a Metal Gear one, didn't he?
Yeah.
The day was different. Crab Battle's a completely different thing. Anyway,
cool.
back to horror games.
Yeah, but there's a whole episode topic of that. Do you have to play games to enjoy them that I
Did
would
we
like
do
to talk
that
about? We haven't done it yet.
Whoa.
We talked about it, but we haven't done it yet.
Crazy. Yeah, we should do. Sorry, that wasn't me being facetious. That was just me really doing it. Crab Battle.
What the fuck?
Can you just put Crab Battle on real quick, Calvin? This is an old school. Yeah, top one.
What the
It's 5 minutes long. Holy shit! Is this what it's like to be? This is what it's like to be Dylan, isn't it? Watch this 20-minute video. I promise it's really funny. I mean, if you could just skip through, we've got no audio either.
Oh, I'm getting it.
Paramedic.
Yeah.
Snake, what's wrong?
So it's just a Metal Gear. We can cut this out.
Some kind of cave demon.
No, I
What the
can't hear.
fuck is this?
It's not going.
This place alive.
Snake,
We need to sort this out.
All right, that's gone.
Okay, well, we'll just skip past that.
Okay.
Crab Battle.
Crab Battle. Okay, I'll watch that after. Thanks for derailing the podcast
Oh
even
yeah,
more.
I derailed the podcast.
I'm trying to talk about scary games. You're like, Crab Battle.
It's half the reason I can do an okay Snake impression is that's my home-in phrase. Metal Gear. Crab Battle.
Psycho Mantis.
Metal Gear Crab. Battle Gear Metal. Colonel. I've identified Crab Battle. I've located Metal Gear. I'm a musher. I run dog sleds. You know if I'm Metal Gear, right? Liquid! Snake! Brother, it's been too gay. That was bad. Crap battles!
So horror games, Josh.
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Sorry, I'm just trying to do horror games good, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just broken Calvin. Raiden, press the action button. I don't know. We'll do it. Anyway, we'll cut all this out. It's fine.
Cool.
We'll cut all this out. And
Crab Battle.
and like the snapping of a crab's pincers. And We're back in. Outlast sucks.
Yeah.
FNAF, never played it. Don't want to play it. Think it's a PowerPoint presentation for children who are easily scared by things. Going, not asked. Let's talk about some other ones. What were you going to tell me about? Something cool, no doubt.
Mate, no, there's a few other bits. I wanted to talk about, is there any bits in games that weren't horror games but really scared you?
Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Is that not a horror game?
No.
I haven't played Stalker.
Because you can have an AK-47, and I have a theory that any game that you can have an AK-47
an automatic weapon
is fully automatic 7.62 millimeter rifle is not a horror game, because think in every horror situation you were in, you would feel how much more confident you would feel if you were just running away from the monster and you went, oh, yeah, that'll do.
It does level down the fear quite a bit.
Fuck you, Freddy. In my dreams, bitch. In your dreams, you fucking pussy. You know what I mean?
Is fear scary then? Because you got a lot of automated weapons in that.
No, it's not.
Even though it's called fear.
I can
That's
slow
ironic.
down time. I'm scared of some fucking psychic girl. I mean, like, who gives a shit? It's
bullet
like,
timer
ooh,
ass.
you're at the end of the hallway, and now you're really close to me. It's like... And you can do the fear kick, so you just kick this child in the head. Jobs are good.
Job's good.
Yeah.
Sick. I got really scared of, not really probably scared, but it was a really creepy bit of Ravenholm in Half-Life 2.
Yeah, Ravenholm's a good one.
It was a
Ravenholm
really
is
good bit. It's like my favorite part of that game. Whereas it's just a zombie town for fucking
I think
Half-Life.
Calvin's talking about how bald you look.
Sorry. Headphones are
Are they skew with?
Getting back to Stalker, just really quick, because it's because you have an AK and you used to just shoot in Ukrainians and Russians. Standard fare for video games, still.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like,
Topical, if anything.
Yeah, I wake up on a Monday and they say, we need you to kill some Russians in a video game. I'm like, yeah, easy money for a rope, that is. Like, fucking what are they trying to do now? These bloody Russians. Up to no good as usual. But then you get to a bit where it's like, listen, there's some shit down in this power station that you need to, and I can't remember what the name of the enemy is, but it's a mutant monster. I mean, that might be its name, mutant monster. No, it's not. But it's just clearly so not human, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And it's really atmospheric, it's in the dark, it's really quiet, and so Stalker's whole thing is like there's long periods of quiet and then lots of periods like, oh shit, something's happening, and it's really like frenetic and stuff, and you feel like by the end you're like, holy shit, I made it through that. And it's like, you have to go through this hallway and you're hearing the sounds and stuff. And then you see this creature and you're like, I'm just so ill-equipped to fucking deal with this.
Yeah.
That you're there. I remember though, I managed to get through that at like age 9 and I was like, and then I got to the next bit and they were like, oh, it's good you made it through, Stalker. You know what I mean? Like, we need you to go get this thing, but watch out for the zombies. And I just quit the game. I was like, no.
There's more than one of them.
Yeah, I was like, no. Okay. No, different enemy, but I was like, I quit the game for like a year and a half, and then I came back at like 10 and I was like, I'm not scared of zombies now. Terrified.
Do you know what made me quit a game?
What?
So I was playing the GameCube. It's 2002.
Yeah.
And there was a little famous game called Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played?
I have. It's my favorite Zelda.
You know the Forsaken Fortress?
Yes.
Couldn't play it. Because of the pig men that chased you and you had to hide and you had no weapons.
Yes. So like really early in the game.
It's like
It's the
the
tutorial,
second
isn't it?
stage. You do the intro stage, you get on the pirate ship, and then they launch you in a cannon
Yeah.
to this giant pig-infested fortress, and you lose all your weapons. And it was the first time, fuck amnesia. It was Wind Waker that
Yeah.
made you feel properly powerless, and you couldn't do anything. You had to stealth your way.
Through the
And if you
moblins.
made any noise at all, this grotesque body horror fucking pigman. Calvin, look up Wind Waker Moblin. It might be whatever.
It's a moblin.
It is a Moblin, yeah. And the face that they would make when you've made a noise was fucking wet. Look at this fucking freak.
Look at this guy.
This made me shit my cacks
he's
as a
buzzing.
child.
He's buzzing his phone,
and he
dude.
would throw the lamp and put you on fire.
Yeah.
I
Can you do an
I had to
impression?
I don't think they made any noise. I think that
No,
was
just
what-
of the face when they spot you.
like they just. It's very akin to Five Nights at Freddy's, to be fair. But I couldn't do it, and it was quite difficult as an idiot child.
Yeah.
And I had to get my uncle to do it every time, and then I go, I can play the rest of the game.
Because I have a sword now.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I couldn't do it, but that
is quite
scared me so much as a child.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really like shit me up in that way. I know I couldn't play Tomb Raider for years because like I could like just the enemies were terrifying. I think I ran into the T-Rex in Tomb Raider 1 and I was just like, nah, that's too much for me. Can he do it?
Dino Crisis.
Are you scared of dinosaurs, do you reckon? I mean, it's reasonable.
And that's just
That was scary.
the only game coming to my mind as a child being like terrified of the big T-Rex.
It's Dino Crisis Resident Evil, but with raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I've only ever
awesome.
played the very start of Dino Crisis 1, so I don't know it too
Dino Crisis
well.
2 was unreal.
Yeah.
Then.
Oh, yeah.
That's your recommendation. That's your
Yeah.
Calvin recommendation for the
Hell
week.
yeah, Dino Crisis?
Not anything else.
Fucking yes.
I wanted to talk about a
Stop.
horror game called Faith, which if you just Google Calvin, looks great. I'm sad that we don't have audio for this, but it's a horror game in the style of the Commodore 64.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy.
What the? What?
So this was on Itch, and well, that's not actual graphics from the game, Calvin. So you've chosen the worst possible one. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to
Can't
You get sued by Markiplier.
confused.
I don't know how to go back.
This fucking guy. You're a fucking producer on a fucking multiple podcast.
You've got the tab open already, Calvin. It opened up a new tab. That's why you can't go back. You fucking idiot.
I maintain that the real horror is watching Calvin do anything. But yeah, it's like an exorcism style.
Nowadays, where everything is 8K HDR with ray tracing.
That's not right.
Something like that for the first time in game. For chapter 1.
There we go.
Okay, there we are.
I don't like
What
that.
the
yeah.
fuck? Oh, God.
So you're in the Commodore 64 style shitty graphics, but obviously it's like rotoscoped and stuff like that. And
I really.
yeah, buddy.
This looks awesome. What the fuck?
And then you'll also
Faith is
witness a
amazing, and
free
you should
game
definitely
about
play it
running
because
away.
it's a great, I think, trilogy of games.
Hmm.
But I really like that they can do that. I wouldn't say it's like, ooh, oh my god, scary, but it definitely does a lot with
Yeah,
a
with what it's
little-
got, yeah.
And I think that's like a big front runner. Yeah, it's a
That's
trinity.
fucking awesome.
Trinity.
There's some upcoming horror games I wanted to kind of highlight that look really cool. That we'll do that. We'll end it
Yeah.
off with that.
There's one more I wanted to look at really quickly as a recommendation for something that I think is going to look really good. It's called Loveland, Calvin.
Loveland.
Loveland. Nope, not the events game. Loveland game. Yeah. I don't know if it's on YouTube yet, but this is a.
Ooh.
Well, that's not really helpful. Can we get a video up? I think there's a demo.
Uncover the frog cult.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
frogs. You know. Ooh.
Yeah. All right,
Who's
skip
this
through that
fucking
a little
fella?
bit. But this is like a X-Files-y type first person.
Ooh.
Yeah, doesn't that look interesting? Ooh.
It does. Have you seen? Very quick aside. Is it Children of the Sun? It just came out.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't. Oh, we just missed a spook.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Calvin, while Dylan's talking, I want you to check your emails because I emailed you a game last week that I want to look at, and I have some timestamps. It's really sad, actually, that we don't have audio. So potentially, if you could fix that audio in the meantime, that would be really
I
helpful.
don't know why it's not sending out to the.
Go to
speakers.
Focusrite and add channels 1 and 2 into mic 7 and 8. Thank you.
There it is. Oh, that seems like a really easy fix. There we go.
And so you mentioned Manhunt before.
Huntman.
Huntman. I think that era of like PS2 kind of horror stuff, obviously when I first kind of found everything, there's another game around that time. I don't know if I want to talk about Manhunt properly, but first, have you ever heard of The Suffering?
Ties in the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So that was a game I was just like, yeah, it's just a whatever. It's kind of, I think it's just sitting around Gary's house or whatever. And I was like, I'll play this. And seeing those creatures, they're like the blinded kind of like almost
big Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Nothing.
like that made me shit, Mike. I couldn't even actually really play that game.
I could play
Only
The
to start.
Suffering because I think there was quite a lot of weaponry involved. But Manhunt, I remember being really scary and really hard, especially as a child. Like I couldn't play it. I pretended I played it. I borrowed it off someone for 2 weeks, and I pretended what it was, but I looked up like the walkthrough in case they asked me any questions, because I played the first mission or something like that, the tutorial. And
you did that thing we all did as children. Have you played this? Yeah.
And then I got detected and I shit myself. I was a big fraidy cat. Whoa, keep that pause.
That
well, thanks for ruining the surprise, Calvin. What's it called? Yeah, it scared me so bad. I was like, I can't do this. But I looked up the walkthrough so I could be like, yeah, Pigsy.
Oh yeah, of course I played Manhunt.
Yeah, Pigsy, bro. Yeah.
It's that era of like, there's just something, because they were figuring out how to be really scary. There's that, like, what can we actually do? We have the power of the PlayStation 2 now, Josh. Think of the graphics.
Think of the
gore.
It's a great looking game.
Yeah. So all of that. Even I feel like there's a real creepy vibe of a lot of games of that era. There's another psychic based game. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but there's a lot of like Xbox original games.
I know exactly the game that you're talking about as well.
I think
it has Psycho in it.
There's Psyops was a game.
That's the one I was thinking of.
That up there, really spooky. You're in a space prison. You get psychic powers, and it's awesome. Yeah. There is another game. It'll come to me, but and I don't know if it was just because I was young or there was something about that era, that coming out of low poly era, that was like really, everything was just a little bit edgy and creepy. Like,
yeah, there was a game called Ghost Hunter on the PS2 as well, which was like, I remember being really hard, but it shit me up really bad. That was the one kind of thing. Oh God, fucking so weird. Sorry. Manhunt. I think Manhunt is really
Second Sight.
That's what it is. Beautiful. I think Manhunt is really indicative of the time it was made, because I don't think I've ever played a more cynical and mean-spirited horror game, or just game in general, where it's like, make sure you choke this guy to death with a plastic bag in the most graphic way possible. Yeah. It's like, it's looking back on it
good?
now,
I don't remember if it was good or not.
I think it played like shit, because it played like old style GTA with its wonky fucking stealth mechanics. And for what it is, I think it's an important game. But again, like thinking back to it, I remember just like going, this is really, I was talking like, I like some shred of happiness in a game, or a shred of hope or something. It's like, you are a serial killer. You're not wrongly accused. It's not like an innocent man has to become a monster to gain his freedom. It's like, no, you are just a piece of shit being manipulated by Brian Cox. From Succession, not the scientist. Is it Brian Cox?
Is it Brian Cox in Manhunt?
Yeah, he's the director.
Is he?
Yeah.
No way.
He's great in it.
That's nuts. I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah. Oh no, not Manhunt. But yeah, he's. I swear it is. If it's not, yeah, there we go. Manhunt wiki. See, you need to spend more time on the Manhunt wiki. But yeah, I remember like when you do it,
it's the other one,
it's just so gruesome.
Oh, you have to strangle this man.
I need you to use this glass shard to perforate the cranium of this gang member. If you imagine his head like a football from Woolworths, I need you to boot it as hard as you can until its contents are all over the pavement. When I worked at the Large Hadron Collider, I always imagined what it would look like to see the life leave a man's eye.
Split his head like an atom.
Exactly. Kaboom. Anyway. But instead it's just this guy going, I fucking love it. Yeah, I think Manhunt sucks. And it does. The sequel definitely sucks.
It's indicative of a thing that has happened every so often, is that when things are just cruel for the sake of being cruel, and there's a lot of games that like...
That's the bad.
That when you're just mowing down like innocent civilians, that like... Is there any
hatred,
need?
Isn't it?
Hatred, that's the game I was thinking
School
of.
shooter simulator.
Yeah,
where it is just so cynical, and it's like, oh, we're gonna get eyes on this. Yeah. The parents are gonna hate this one.
It's like, especially because Manhunt was made by Rockstar, they're definitely like, you think GTA was bad? Where do you see this?
That's what it feels like of them going, yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you think it's bad to just kill, because there's always killing prostitutes, isn't it? That's what my mum tried to stop me from buying GTA 4, because it was like, oh, I hear that you kill prostitutes. And I was like, well, no, you don't have to.
It's on a mission.
And I had to explain.
I'm still gonna do it, Mum.
Yeah, I had to explain how it was, and I think she let me buy it like 6 months later. I think she just stopped giving a shit. I think she read something in the paper where it's like, this game is literally the devil. It will turn your child into a violent thing. It's like, I've played every GTA up until this one, so
I thought you were gonna say like she read in the paper that like prostitutes aren't worth it. Like, work away, son.
On second thoughts, get them gone. The last thing I wanted to look at for me personally was the link I sent to Calvin, because this is a normal game, but it's just how fucking creepy this IP is, which is the Rugrats Search for Reptar. I have 2 timestamps, Calvin. One is 36:30.
I do remember this.
There we go. Just go from 36:10. Yeah, so this is Tommy's looking for Spike or whatever. Look how fucking creepy this is, man. Oh, man. Right, let's keep it.
There is something just sinister.
Oh.
Don't
What the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, this you a child trapped in a maze being.
Tommy, look out!
Just pause it, Calvin.
Isn't this what Jen described to us the other week?
Yeah, where she got chased by a swan. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that at some point. But it was a goose, actually, not a swan. So just like how overwhelming that is, like, and it's got the weird,
the fact
creepy
that it's a child's game,
Rugrats music, and then I remember at 5 being so freaked out by that. But this is the one that really like spooked me, to be honest. Let's go. Oh God. Rugrats are creepy though, right? Like, can I just ask people, like, Rugrats are oh, Jesus Christ, that's a bit loud, Calvin.
What are you guys doing here?
Will they all get abducted by aliens? Look how dead-eyed Phil O'Neill looks like. They're just there, like,
over
outside space, yeah. Look at him. I love the PS1. Look how fucking gash they all look, man.
Angelica, you got to get us out of here.
Here.
Your diaper on, but after this, you're on.
Oh my God.
I remember how creeped out I was by the mom.
Don't let them get away.
I was 5 when I played this game, by the way. And it shit me up. I did not learn a lesson.
Nightmares
It's the
forever.
music from this, Calvin. If you could just keep going slightly.
I gotta bust out of here.
She must bust. Right, anyway, that was my last thing. That's what I learned. I learned to be scared of aliens, and Angelica must bust.
I used to have nightmares of the Hoover from the Teletubbies.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a similar vibe.
Give you the big suck. Suck you to death.
Was it Nunu?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
You wanted your tubby custard. That's the only difference. Calvin, he used to have nightmares, but now he dreams of Nunu.
Got one in the gaff. Just
Full
put a
of
different
custard,
face.
full of tubby custard.
Poor Henry in the house. Bunged up.
No, I'm not asking that question.
Okay. Do you remember the episode of the Teletubbies with the lion and the bear?
Jen hates this
It's the
episode.
worst
She
thing
showed
in
it
the
to me and I
world.
was like, I don't remember this at all with that. I'm the bear.
Do you know this, Calvin?
This is
Do you not know
excellent.
what this is?
I
Oh
cannot
my
wait
God.
for Jen to watch this.
I
You know,
have no
she'll be
idea.
like, oh, you have a lot of similarities, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's a love of Yoshi touch and go.
And
Fear
being
of-
afraid of
Fear of the
Teletubbies.
Teletubbies.
Yeah, so like again, that's why I like talking about games of this series.
Is it because
brings-
it's on wheels?
No, there's just there's something about the way it moves.
Can we play it?
This is going to cause PTSD for half of the people
I
watching.
think this is starting to ring some bells just off that little. Oh
I'm the
no!
bear. I'm the bear. With brown, fuzzy hair.
I do.
I'll go running over here,
Is it because their hands are moving?
and I'll go running over
It's just,
there.
it's like a weird frame rate, and it's like
I'm the bear.
Is it
I'm the
unnatural,
bear.
like jerky movement?
it's like uncanny.
And how its eyes follow you everywhere. That's creepy.
And I'll hide over there.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Wait, it gets worse.
I'm the bear. I'm the bear with brown fuzzy
And now,
hair.
imagine
And
all of
I
the children
know a
in the
joke.
United Kingdom.
It's got a look of Five Nights at Freddy's to it, doesn't it?
Oh, it does?
It does. Is that the true horror, is it?
That's the jump scare.
They're all loving it. Teletubbies.
I fucking love this shit.
I'm the bear. I'm the bear.
I'll be honest, I get the jerky movement thing because that's a classic horror thing, isn't it? Is like you have all that kind
I
of
can
stuff.
eat the lion.
But he
Where's
doesn't.
the
It's
lion?
like the whispers and stuff, and like, Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not scared of anything on wheels.
what about the antagonist in the second Wizard of Oz film?
What, Return to Oz? Or is it
The
Escape from
Wheelers?
Oz? Is it Return to Oz?
Return to Oz.
Yeah, well, they got the little ab roller thing.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm not scared of any fucking ab roller. You're joking. Oh, I'm so fast. It's
They
like,
made me shit
It's a-
my
that's just
head.
weird, this
Look,
film.
look at these. Yeah,
I hated this
Wheelers.
film so much.
Oh,
I used to watch
This-
it unaccompanied all the time.
this
because I didn't
film
tape.
made me
I'm
terrified.
not scared of anything on wheels.
Look
right?
at that fucker. It looks like the guy from Insidious.
Guys, in the comments, can you leave me your scariest wheel-based enemy? Because I am not phased by these cunts. Look at him. Who's asked about that?
God, I was
He's a shopping
terrified of
trolley on foot with a fucking mask on. Who's asked? Tip him over. Where's he going?
I
look at
hated
that.
them. I
What's he doing? It's
hated
not
them.
his actual face, Calvin. It's just a mask, isn't it?
Is his helmet?
Scary
I'd
mask.
batter him. So you're scared? You're scared of a guy who wears a helmet? That's another thing. I'm not scared of anyone who wears any kind of safety gear.
He's he's scared of the road.
If you have a helmet, wheels, elbow pads, or knee pads, you fucking pussy, I will fuck you up. No doubt in my mind, I will fight anything wheel based. Fuck these guys. I know you're a child, but like, come on.
No, these are
Grow up.
terrifying.
Grow up.
I did want to talk about some upcoming horror games, but I don't think we really have time. Very quickly, this looks really cool because of the art style. Can you look up By Sweet Carol? Have you heard of this?
Sweet Carol.
Carol.
Line.
Yeah, boom, very top one.
Good times never seem so good.
This is like a Disney inspired like 2D horror game.
That seems interesting.
It looks really cool. It's very much like you explore this house and there's like it's done in like Sleeping Beauty style
He
art.
looks like the fucking judge out of Roger Rabbit,
Ooh.
who is scary.
So you go to that Steam one there. So like down, the one of the gameplay. Down. That one. Yeah.
There we go.
So it's like
this is like an adventure game.
it's like an adventure game,
I like
but you
point and click.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you're going like left to right, but it's like you
That
get
looks cool.
but you get chased and it's proper. It looks
So
really
like
cool.
Clock Tower. Ooh.
It's a Disney clock tower. That's exactly what
you
it's
know
like.
I fuck with that. That's good. I see. I am scared of two-dimensional things. Yeah.
Scared of the plane?
The plane.
Yeah, the 2-dimensional plane.
No, I'm not scared of the plane. I'm scared of things which only exist in that plane.
Yeah.
Cartoons are scary. I think if a cartoon came to
Cartoons
like,
are well
I'm not scared of ghosts because what's it going to do to me? It's insoluble. You know what I mean? Oh,
punch through.
what are you gonna do? Fly through me, you little bitch? But like
get my
a
noo-noo and suck you
cartoon,
up.
Exactly. Swallow you up like Kirby, gain your powers. But a cartoon. If I saw a cartoon, everything's out the window then. Because I only operate in stupid human logic. It's like the Matrix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he breaks all the rules. I'm fucked. Anyway.
There's also you think you'll like this vibe a lot actually. Terror Endless Night. Have you heard of this?
No, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
That sounds like my band.
they called it a turn-based horror.
Oh, like Kudelka. Oh no, it's not like Kudelka.
It's basically you're on this ship and your crew are going insane.
Ooh.
And they're trying to kill each other and stuff. And it's turn-based and you have to basically make decisions of being
Is this out now?
no, it's coming up.
Is this similar to? Did you play that Frozen Tower of Ice game?
Frostpunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like turn-based, wasn't it?
Frostpunk sucks, but yeah. I didn't know. No, a lot of people like it. I just think it's crap. But yeah, I like it. I like that art style. It's very
Yeah,
Disco
look into
Elysium on the one
it's
next to it.
it reminded me of Disco Elysium, but it's basically like decisions of like all of these men in this room are going insane. Do you leave them alone or do you kill them all and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
That's like the thing, but Disco Elysium art style. Fuck
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
love
that looks really cool.
looks really good.
What do you? There's not much of it yet, and you don't need to look this up, Calvin. But what about fucking Hideo Kojima's new game is supposed to be horror?
OD.
OD.
I think it'll be really good.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really good. Kojima doesn't typically do horror.
See, I thought Death Stranding was going to be horror because it was just off the
thought
back
it was gonna
of
be
PT, and then when off the trailers, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be spooky." And there's spooky bits when you're trying to do this, sneak away from the invisible enemies. That's quite like it's tense, but it's none of it's scary.
I really trust that because he can do tension, like you say, he can do tension really well. I trust that it'll be good. I'm not sure it will be that scary, but I'll enjoy it for what it is. Cool. Any more?
Hell yeah! We have also Slitterhead.
That sounds racist.
It is made by a Japanese man. And it's made by
so many thoughts came into my mind, and I'm so glad I just.
It's made by the lad who made Silent Hill.
Oh
yeah, it's I think it's really early in development, but it's got the same lad who made the music from Silent Hill, also Akira something. Yamaoka, exactly. So it's got that. That'll be exciting. And then have you seen Zoocosis? Calvin, Google Zoocosis for me, please. Zoo as in zoo, and then cosis as in cosis.
I'm just going to talk about it's right there, Calvin. It's right there. It's fucking right there.
Yeah, I've got it.
So
there's a fucking link that whatever.
Do you want video?
Go into Steam.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. So it's just watch this. Yeah, stick this. Just watch this trailer.
Okay.
So it's imagine if the thing was in a zoo.
Oh, big into that.
I live in Australia.
I can't believe I laughed at that. That's really embarrassing.
No.
Oh, that's not scary at all. No, sorry, that's hilarious. That's not scary at all. Simulation body cam. Fuck off.
Body cam.
This looks shite. Sorry. Yeah, has he got 6 fingers?
And don't mess it up.
I actually haven't seen actual gameplay.
This is a comedy game. This isn't a horror game.
The choice of music is very intriguing.
It's got the Shaun of the Dead horror music. It's got Ira. Meat cubes. That's an actual meat cube. What is this? The Russian...
vegetable cube?
What is this? The Russian front?
Brick trolley.
Yeah, this looks
terrible.
Oh, it's got crafting. Why? Why does every game need crafting?
I think it's the worst part of any game.
Yeah.
Crafting is the worst.
Food is ready. I'm sure that's
This is not just somebody's job at the minute.
Hey guys.
What the fuck is this?
You're scared of this game?
To preface, I haven't seen this. All I've
This is
seen
just what
was
you
the
do to
teaser.
Bailey. You just make him cubes of meat and then you suck up his poo.
Wait, so I thought this was... Oh, and then you have to basically like which one has the thing in them.
This is...
The zoocosis.
It looks terrible. Look at that, lad. Uh-oh. Oh no, the music's changed.
Damn. I need to hurry up.
Damn.
Sorry.
Where'd you find this?
Yeah. Why is he a cool guy?
Why
is
there
there doom music?
Time to take your medicine.
No, that's not
That
scary
looks
at
like
all.
the worst thing I've ever seen in my
One of the
entire
funniest
life.
fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
What
if giraffe was scary?
Why is it only giraffes as well?
Yeah.
There was no other non-giraffe scary ones.
Maybe that they've only made the giraffe asset. They haven't done anything else.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
I want to say
Don't buy that.
Do not support that independence. Do not let me catch you with that in your Steam library, or there will be consequences.
Yeah.
Last one I want to talk about is not fear and trembling. That's a philosophy book. Fear and Hunger.
Oh,
Fear and Hunger.
How have we missed Fear and Hunger? I haven't played it yet.
This is what it is. This is one I want to play. But if there is anything,
Calvin, you haven't heard of this, have you?
No.
yeah.
Oh, lad.
This is something. Oh, you too young to play it, I think.
Yeah.
That's just one I want to play.
Streamers have to install a mod because there's too much cock and balls and murder.
Yeah.
3 of my favorite things, Josh.
Three of the 5 things that
Would
Dylan
you like a
needs to get
video
through.
on?
No, we've both seen it. But
Okay, good.
that's one that I'm very much into. There is a turn-based horror game called Kadelka on the PlayStation 1, which is pretty good, but I'm a big fan of using different mediums. I get bored of the just run away from the thing. I want it to be like, you have all of your capabilities. You have the AK-47, but unfortunately this thing is very resistant to AK-47 bullets. Exactly. I like that because then it gives you the thing of
you power, have something, but like
power, helplessness, and then potentially overcoming that is all like horror is about. Is that I generally don't like horror films where the baddie just wins. I like it where even if it's like a Pyrrhic victory, like the person dies, the baddie also dies. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
Yeah, I like that kind of shit where it's just like, ooh, demons are scary. You're like, well, yeah, it would be shit if I lived in a haunted house or, you know.
I actually prefer when the antagonist is so overpowering that there's literally
no chance.
Nothing that you can do.
You know what one of my favorite horror films is In the Mouth of Madness. You've never seen it?
I'm not even aware of it.
Holy shit. Calvin, you seen that film?
Nope.
All right, well, we're rambling. We'll do a movie one, but you should 100% watch that film because it's very much... There's another one as well, which is folk horror, which is very much like...
John Carpenter?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
You said it's a fucking great film. But yeah, I want it to either be you are fucked and it's a small... It's like that's like a zoom in on someone's last day on Earth kind of thing, kind of. I like that kind of thing. Or I like, we might go one for one, but I like a Ripley type situation where even if she's fucked up and scarred or dies, the creature also gets killed. Yeah. I don't like the middle ground where it's like, ooh, just run away from Jason. Yeah. Jason's really scary. Ooh, ooga, ooga. Do you have any other thoughts?
I really like horror stuff. A movie will actually be a good idea. If like Patreon or something, we could talk about more scary stuff. Yes. I could talk about scary stuff fucking all day, every day. It's some of my favorite things. Okay. No, I really enjoyed that. Okay. If there's any horror recommendations you have, let us know.
Yes.
In the comments.
Calvin, play Crab Battle.
Record your podcast at Liverpool Podcast Studios.
Hell yeah.
And let's watch Crab Battle.
Just skip forward like a minute.
Paramedic.
Snake, what's wrong?
I've encountered some kind of cave demon.
This is very 2006.
I don't think I'll believe terror that I feel at the moment.
That's fine.
I'm fine.
Calm down, Snake. It's not a cave demon. It's a Kenyan mangrove crab.
A what?
A Kenyan mangrove.
Oh my god. It's looking right at me.
Snake.
Sweet Jesus. It's getting closer.
Snake, listen.
It'll tear me to shreds.
Snake, you've got your knife, right?
Yeah, but...
All you have to do is stab it. Once you've killed the crab, you'll get a food ration that you can eat later to restore stamina.
Are you insane? A knife is useless against those massive claws. They could rip a tank apart. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Snap out of it. There are more pressing matters at hand.
We're gonna
you
call
have
this
to find and destroy
You wanted to derail the podcast a second time for Crab Battle?
Shut the hell up and stab it?
There we go. Crab Battle.
It's moving so fast. Okay. If I just concentrate on the techniques the boss taught me about CQC, I should be fine. Okay. Counterbalance the knife. Quick slash. Retract. Counterbalance the knife. Quick slash. And retract. Crab battle!
Okay. It's basically just him saying crab battle for another 3 minutes.
Crab battle. Let's do this, motherfucker.
I don't know why this was ever made, but anyway, I'm glad we finished off on crab battle. What's your favorite 2000s era Newgrounds cartoon, guys? Leave us a comment.
Oh yeah. Homestar Runner.
Oh yeah. No. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, record your podcast at Liverpool Podcast Studios. And did I ever tell you my favorite color is blue? You'll get that when you watch the film. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Crab battle. Crab battle.